After watching Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Avatar: The Way of Water, I left the theater with the same question.
Where is the fucking bathroom?
Movies are getting too long. There, I said it. This has been a problem for a while, and I planned on releasing this video 2 years ago with Dune, No Time to Die, and The Batman being nearly 3 hours long, but I thought to myself that those movies were manageable. Then movies got longer and longer, and Killers of the Flower Moon came and broke the camel's back with its marathon runtime of 3 hours and 26 minutes. I actually think this movie is amazingly paced, so the runtime isn't that noticeable. But that's not the issue here. I'm not opposed to movies being over 3 hours, it's long, but many of the great classics were around the same length. My problem is this: why don't theaters have intermissions? It's a simple solution that would solve so many problems. Think about it. A 5 or 10 minute intermission would give you time to walk around so you're not sitting for 3 or 4 hours straight. You might be thinking, when do you ever sit down for 4 hours in a movie theater? But bear in mind that the trailers before the movie can add 15 to 25 minutes to the total time that you sat down. Intermissions would actually give you an incentive to get popcorn and drinks because you know you can refill them halfway through the movie. And the most obvious reason for an intermission, so you can go to the place that makes your bladder less sadder, so you have time to go where even the king goes alone. We need intermissions so we don't have to ask that question I opened the video with every time we leave the theater. We need intermissions so we can use the bathroom. Whenever I watch a movie, I have to see every scene. I don't want to risk leaving in the middle of the movie to use the bathroom just to come back and find out that I missed a massive turning point in the film. And it's not just me, a lot of people are this way, but longer movies put us to the test. Think about any activity that needs you to sit down and pay attention for a full 3 hours. The most common examples of this situation that I can think of are a long class or taking a standardized test. Obviously, watching a movie isn't as intensive as taking a standardized test, but the times for both can be the same. And sitting for 3 hours is sitting for 3 hours, regardless of what you're doing. Even with the parent medium to film, like watching a play or a musical, they almost always have an intermission of some sort. These examples I have given have a built-in break, so you can stretch your legs, eat food, or use the bathroom. Yet movie theaters didn't get the memo. Movies that exceed a certain runtime need intermissions, and I hope by now you can see the benefits to having a break. At what runtime does a movie qualify for an intermission? I'll leave that up to you. My personal vote would go to any movie that exceeds 2.5 hours, but the number really doesn't matter. What I'm suggesting is also not a radical new idea. Theaters in the past used to regularly have intermissions. Gandhi with Ben Kingsley in 1982 was the last movie to have an official intermission, and this movie was shorter than Avatar and Killers of the Flower Moon. So if intermissions are so logical and they were a standard in the past, then why did they get phased out? 2 words: corporate greed. Just like with everything else in the good old US of A, we can only have nice things until companies realize how to exploit our love to fill their pockets. This happened with intermissions because theaters realized they could cut them and make more room to cram in showtimes. But to be honest with you, I feel like the gains from this are marginal. and I think that the greater movie theater experience with intermissions could make customers return more often, thus balancing out the revenue. Also, keep in mind that we don't need to implement intermissions for the vast majority of movies. It's only for those behemoths that go over a certain runtime. Movies have gotten longer, but there have been no accommodations from theaters. It's a shame, but if we want change, then we need to speak out. The Boston Tea Party was a protest that kicked off the independence of this country. Women got the right to vote from all of the public outcry from the women's suffrage movement. The Civil Rights Bill only got ratified because people spoke up, and while not all of these things were good, that was a joke in case you couldn't tell. I'm all for the sovereignty of this country, and I'm not a racist. I mean, would a racist really have this as his channel bio? But the point is, movies need to bring back intermissions. There is no reason why a 3.5 hour long movie shouldn't come with an included break. Oh no, James Cameron, what have you created?
I had it all planned out! We were gonna be safe here! We could watch the whole thing together.
Watch what?
Everything!
It was all there. You mean you didn't figure it out? Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were. I guess I gave you too much credit. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?
This is one of those rare videos that I can actually monetize, so you already know I'm gonna stretch this bad boy to 8 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider checking out some of my other videos. I put a lot of work into them, and I cover everything from games to movies to shows, so I'm sure you'll find something that tickles your fancy. Once again, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.